My name is Kraft. First, I'd like to thank the Colorado Authors League for naming my book, Sand Creek and the Tragic End of a Lifeway, as a finalist in the nonfiction category. I also want to thank my great friend, Chuck Rankin, who then, as editor-in-chief at the University of Oklahoma Press, and I spent over 3 years discussing exactly how I wanted to write this book, mainly through the point of view, that's a film term, of the major and supporting characters. That is, their actions, their words, their thoughts, and in some cases, their contemporaries' views of them. There are 5 major categories. The first, Cheyennes and the Arapahoes. The second are a small group of white men who moved on to their land to the east of the Rocky Mountains on the Central Plains at the beginning of the 19th century. The third would be their offspring, mixed blood, Cheyennes. Then there would be the whites who came to their land at the beginning of a gold rush in the late 1850s. They realized that the land was much more valuable than the small chances of getting rich with gold. There was only one problem. The Cheyennes and Arapahoes. This was their land. This was their homeland, but they had to go. Finally, there would be a handful of men who dared to speak out when they learned of a horrible massacre on a village at Sand Creek, Colorado Territory in 1864, when men, women, and children were butchered, hacked to pieces, their sexual organs used as ornaments. Although this attack would be condemned the following year, it marked the beginning of the end of their entire culture, their lifeway, their homes, their land, their language, their religion. By the end of the decade, they were no longer the dominant 2 tribes on the Central Plains. They were reduced to paupers on a dry, wind-blown land with almost zero water. Not their homeland. Barbara Hershey, who plays a Cheyenne archaeologist in a film I like, Last of the Dogmen, states when she's talking about the Cheyennes in particular, but generally American Indians, what happened was inevitable. How it happened was unconscionable. I use those 2 sentences to close my book. Thank you for listening.